Hello, and welcome to Beer and Theology. My name is Scott Stivers, and first I must apologize that it has been 6 months since my last post. This post, even though it was made last fall, is particularly appropriate right now in this context, as many people are sheltered in their homes trying to slow the spread of COVID-19. As a result, many people are going to be looking for ways to stay busy and stay happy, and to you, I recommend home brewing. Hopefully, this and subsequent videos will prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that anybody can do this. Cheers. Heidi-ho, neighbor! Welcome to this special edition of Beer and Theology. My name is Scott Stivers. This is my little YouTube place, and this is a special edition because this is unscripted. I am going to unbox my gift that I got from my wife, a Northern Brewers Brewer in a Box Deluxe Home Edition. What I can talk about theologically, though, is Martin Luther, the reformer in 1517, one of the things that he did was he translated the Bible into German, into the vernacular language for German people, and then that started a wave of people translating the Bible into vernacular languages like English and French, and that meant that what was only reserved for the special elite could now be done by the average person. And here we are with another example of that. So let's get started. Good God! Okay, are we intimidated yet? This is all the stuff. Oh my gosh, we have ingredients and we have equipment. I can hardly wait to get started actually putting some of this stuff together. It's really exciting. Well, I don't know if you've ever put together one of those furniture things that you know, like O'Leary or O'Malley or whatever, or gone to IKEA and gotten something and tried to put it together. But there's nothing more annoying than trying to put something together and finding out you don't have all the ingredients, all the equipment, or all the pieces. So let's quick look through the nice little list they give us here. We end up with our beer recipe kit, which is all right there. Our lab thermometer, which is in there, yes. Funnel, yes. A siphon. Oh, that's what that other thing was. There's all kinds of... Wow, okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hold on. There she blows. There's a siphon. Pretty sure. It doesn't say siphon on it. But, okay. We're close enough. All right, we have a siphon. 6-gallon carboy with a plug and an airlock, a blow-off hose. So that's what blowing off things means. Okay, an LCD thermometer. Ooh. Oh, right. That's what these things are. Interesting. Keep an eye on the temperature throughout the fermentation process. So you stick this. You stick this somewhere near where the fermenting is happening and make sure that you don't go over or under the recommended temperature. I think that's like 65 degrees at the cold side, 75 degrees at the hot side. Awesome. A bunch of siphon hoses, we have those here. The no rinse cleaner, we've got that there. We've got the bottling bucket right there. And there's a spigot. And the bottle filler, we talked about that. Over here, bottle filler, bottle capper, bottle brushes, 5-gallon carboy, the carboy dryer, and the carboy brush, which is the one that's kind of right over here. All right, well there we go. That's all the things that we need. So now we can probably start following the instructions, which is something that I'm not typically all that great at. Still, that's what I'm going to try and do. Well, what we start with is we're going to boil some water so that we can make the wort, which is the base, the stuff that's going to be beer. Once you add more water and yeast and ferment it and all that stuff. But first we have to start with some water. It calls for 2.5 gallons to start with. And they say if your water is drinkable, then it's good for brewing. But I'm just going to go ahead and go with some bottled water anyway, just in case. So here we go. Let's pour in half of this bottle, which is a 5-gallon jug. Here we go. I'm using a big old turkey roaster thing right now. Splash. Trick. Oh, that's not even half. Yes. Like this. So, we put this on medium heat and wait for it to come to a boil. So let's go with the medium heat. All right. Steep grains. Over a sink, pour the grains into a mesh bag. Tie a knot at the open end of the bag, leaving room for the grains to move freely. Steep the grain bag in water while it heats. Set the timer for 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, remove the grain bag from the pot. Hold the grain bag over the pot until it drains, but don't squeeze it. Discard the grain bag, then turn the stove to heat on high, uncovered. It says to do it over the sink. So that I can do it on camera, I'm going to do it right here. And so this is a good time to talk about a couple theological terms. One is called exegesis, and the other is called eisegesis. Exegesis is when you look at a text and you try to excavate what the author meant when the author was writing the text, to figure out what the text actually means. Eisegesis is when you take a text and you decide to read your interpretation into the text. You try and figure out how to make it say what you want it to say. Well, I'm about to... I'm eisegesising right now. Like I said, the instructions say do this over the sink. I'm not going to do it over a sink. But what I will do is do it over a pot. Lid. A pot lid. This will be my sink. That way anything that does, I'm sure something's going to fall out of this. That's the problem. Right? So I've got my sock. My grains up. Yep. My grains want to go in there, but they also, some of them are trying to fall out the side. Oh, I think I got them. Oh, you will obey me. There we go. Gotcha. So now here we have our steeped grains, or our grains, in the sock. And you can see a bunch of dust got on the lid. That's why they probably did it.
How do you do?
So these guys are going to go do their work inside of this warming up water. And then we'll check back in 20 minutes to see what's going on. Now we're steeping the grains in the warm water for 20 minutes, starting now. There we go. So we have our bottling bucket with a spigot that is not leaking. And we have our malt syrup loosening up in the warm water. And in the meantime, still have about 10 minutes left as the grains steep in the warm water. Steep, steep, steep. After 20 minutes, remove the grain bag from the pot.
Woo, fun! Oh, oops. Don't want to splash.
Hold the grain bag over the pot until it drains, but don't squeeze it. Then discard the grain bag.
Grain, your work here is done.
Bring the water to a boil and remove from heat. Stir in 6 pounds amber malt syrup and 1 pound amber DME, which means dried malt extract. This is crazy. Woo. Anticipation is making me wait, keeping me waiting. It's slow good. Now you have wort, the brewer's term for unfermented beer. Return the pot to stove over high heat and resume boiling. Well, there you have it. We've gotten up to the point of making wort. So watch for my next videos to see my further adventures in brewing my own beer. Cheers.